Hello everyone and welcome. MovieManCHAD here with another movie review from the year 2017. This is my thoughts, my feelings, and opinion of the brand new Japanese animated film called Mary and the Witch's Flower. Now, thanks to a friend, I knew this movie was coming out. I didn't know it even existed until he invited me, and tonight we went to a special screening, which I think the movie is actually getting a limited release this very weekend. Now, I know it is 2018, I realize that, but this movie was released in Japan in 2017 and many film festivals last year, and also at other parts of the world it was released last year. Even though I'm seeing it right now, in my opinion, this film is from the year 2017, and I'm going to regard it as that. And I was also very happy to see this movie, not because I had seen the trailer, which I didn't watch the trailer. I wanted to stay away from the trailer or any image of the film. I kind of just wanted to go in this movie completely blind. But I was aware that I have seen other films from this director. In 2012, he made The Secret World of Arrietty, which I absolutely loved. And then in 2014, he made When Marnie Was There, which I really enjoyed as well. And so this animator has been working in the business for a long time, making, or at least assisting and making his own films with Studio Ghibli. But thanks to my friend, who's more of an aficionado when it comes to Japanese animated films, he told me that Studio Ghibli is, they closed their shops, and most of the animators have moved on to a new studio. And this movie, Mary and the Witch's Flower, is kind of their big premiere film with this new studio that I believe has the blessing of Hayao Miyazaki. So, that's even exciting as well, because I've really grown, ever since I saw Princess Mononoke, I've really grown to have more of an appreciation for Japanese animated films. And that is growing even more and more as I get older. So what this film centers around, it centers around a young girl. Her name is Mary. She lives with her great aunt, and she seems like she has kind of a boring life. You know, at least she sees it that way, even though she lives in a beautiful house, a nice, respectful house, countryside. She has, some friends. There's a couple cats that she likes to hang around with. And over the course of this day, she runs into, she runs into these cats. And they go into this forest. And in the forest, they find this hidden flower, this beautiful flower. And after that happens, she kind of goes into exploring this other world of witches and science and flying on a broomstick and having cats, which was very reminiscent of Kiki's Delivery Service. I don't want to spoil too much in this review, but, it's kind of interesting to see her flying around with this broomstick, and she's got a cat on. I was very, because I just saw Kiki's Delivery Service last year and really enjoyed that film as well. But of course, I don't want to spoil too much in this review. But she kind of goes on this adventure to find herself, to find out the revelations from her past or her family's past, and to uncover what has happened in this world that the filmmakers have created. Now, I will say that I love the way this movie begins. The colors, the sound design, the first scene before we actually meet Mary is just a very exciting sequence. It just really sets the mood of the entire film and gets you involved into this story, and leaves a lot of mystery that you have for a big portion of the movie. And I did love some of the revelations that explain what happens in the beginning. I'm not going to spoil in this review or anything, but I just loved the colors and just how everything moved around and how exciting. It was like this big, huge chase in the sky. And I was just so transfixed with this entire beginning of the movie. And my mouth was just like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And I love the way it sounds and the great sound system and the beautiful colors and the lights. Now, I was talking with my friend after the movie, and he was trying to explain me the films of Studio Ghibli, and of course this new film, and how some things are similar to those to these studios, and some things are different. But as a casual viewer, I don't know what different things that I saw. I felt like I saw a film with the same kind of warmth and joy and personality and sense of sense of humor and sensibility all around. I felt like I was seeing another Studio Ghibli film, even though this movie is not associated. It's associated with a new studio. But I felt like the filmmakers did just a wonderful job. It's a wonderful family movie. It's a film that takes you on this weird, strange, unique, crazy, out there adventure, and it wouldn't exist, of course, in the real world, but as you're watching it, you seem to buy into it. At least I did, and believe it, and enjoy it. And with the wonderful, again, I think one of my favorite aspects of the movie is the wonderful sound design, and the wonderful colors, and the beautiful animation, and the music. And I really liked Mary. I thought she was a very strong character, very interesting, very a character that is strong, but also at the same time curious, and I appreciated that. I enjoyed that. I cared about her, and I liked the relationships she has with the rest of the characters in the film. I want to explain more, but then I'd be giving away some aspects of this movie. But I do like where the movie goes. And it just, I didn't expect. I know with the title Mary and the Witch's Flower, it's going to involve Mary and a witch and a flower. So there's lots of supernatural things that happen in the film. And as my friend explained, we did see the film with American English subtitles. But of course, thankfully, it is presented in the Japanese language. And so you get to hear that. And he was telling me, he understands Japanese better than I do, but he was telling me that the translation was a little off, and so he would be more interested he enjoyed it, of course, but he would be interested to hear the dub version, how that gets translated as well, because I think there's some big actors. We did not see that version. I don't know if that version is getting released in theaters this weekend. It may get released in theaters this weekend. I'm grateful for the version we saw. I love hearing the Japanese language, and thanks to the subtitles I can understand. But he was telling me that there's some difference between the Japanese language and the subtitles, that they don't match up they weren't matching up all the time. So you may, if you really want to see this movie, you may want to see the dub version. But I'm glad I saw it in this version. But the dub version may be getting released in a more wider release, and there's some big names attached to that. But I'm really happy that I saw the version that I saw today. Overall, I thought this was a fabulous film. Out of the three films, I will say I still love The Secret World of Arrietty the most. This is a close second. And, overall, just a really wonderful time in the movie. I love seeing the hand-drawn animation. We don't get to see a lot of that these days, especially in the United States. A lot of everything is digital these days, and 3D, and I do appreciate, especially when it comes from big studios like Pixar and DreamWorks. But I love, and I wish in the United States we would get more hand-drawn animation, but it looks like we've moved from it. Thanks to the Japanese people, they are still doing hand-drawn animation. I really love it. I've grown to love it even more, and I look forward to seeing more films like this in the future. So again, a shout out to my good friend for inviting me tonight to see the movie. I probably wouldn't have had a chance to see it. I probably eventually would have saw it at home, because I didn't even know the movie was actually even coming out. So I'm really grateful that I saw Mary and the Witch's Flower. It is a fabulous, wonderful, interesting, unique, crazy, strange, beautiful little film. And for that, I am going to give the film 3.5 stars out of 4.